Grupimi i gjelbër në Parlamentin Evropian është i njohur pikërisht për mbrojtjen e mjedisit. Ne kemi zgjedhur një eurodeputet që përfaqëson këtë grupim, por njëkohësisht vjen dhe nga një vend i fqinjë i Shqipërisë, siç është Greqia. Hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Listen, everybody now in Albania is worried about this possibility of destruction of chemical weapons of Assad regime in Albania. And everybody is putting the same question. Has Albania the technological possibility or capacity to deal with that? What is your point of view?
From what we know, it's a very strange issue because Albania is not a country with high technology and destruction of dangerous chemicals, hazardous chemicals. And of course we know that chemical weapons are very dangerous. It's not something very simple. It's not something that everybody can handle with that. So for us it's very strange why there is this discussion, and if it is true that the USA have asked Albania to participate in the destruction of the chemical weapons of Syria on their land. It's very dangerous, not only for the environment, but also for the health of the people, not only from Albania, but for a big region around the country. And so it is a case that we must know more about it, and transparency and open discussion must be the case in this discussion. I mean, it is not only something that the government will discuss, but it is true that we need a discussion in the parliament in Albania, but also with other neighbor countries, but also it is a European case because it's very close to Europe, and of course we support the destruction of chemical weapons, but in a proper way. I think just a few countries have the technology and know how to destroy in a safe way, environmental sound way, chemical weapons. We don't want to solve a problem in Syria and create somewhere else bigger problems.
As you are an ecologist, a convinced ecologist, I want to ask you, for the simple people, what are the consequences? I mean, destroy the land, death of the people? What is the consequence?
For me, it's very strange because destroying chemical weapons, it's not something very simple going outside and burn something. You need infrastructure. It's not affordable for Albania at the moment. And for me, it's very strange. It's not something that could be happen in a small country like Albania. So, if there is an accident, it's very possible an accident if you don't have the technology and don't know how. Then the problems will be serious for the human beings, the environment. You can see what happens in Syria just by using some weapons with chemicals there, and health problems are, of course, one of the results. Problems like serious deaths or maybe serious health problems for the people of the area. But it's not only this. It could be also poison long terms of the earth there, or the water, or the food chain. But I think the first question is why this happens, why the USA asks a small country like Albania to participate in a very dangerous process. And there are other countries like Germany, for example, or the USA, they have the know-how to destroy chemical weapons. But this is a risk for a small country. And so we have to avoid such a risk without any reason. I think it's also the other governments from Greece, from the European Commission and the European Parliament must be aware of this. Of course, we want to support the destruction of chemical weapons.
Exactly, as you are, talking about that, your colleagues also from other political groups, they raised the same issue. They said this is a European question, and the European Union has to intervene because Albania is in Europe, but it's going to be a member of European Union in the future.
Yes, I would like to ask the government of Albania to contact the European Commission and the European Parliament and inform officially what is the case real there, and then we will react as Parliament, also as Commission. I think it is the time, because next week we have the plenary of the European Parliament. So if it is true that the USA have asked Albania to participate in the destruction of the chemical weapons on its land, then we have to discuss this topic in the European Parliament during the session of Strasbourg next week.